Hey, yo! What's good? What's popping? What's happening with you all? Hope you all staying happy, being blessed, and conquering your fears like I always tell you to do. Listen, obviously, I'm not in my truck right now. I'm still not in the truck. Look, I'm still at my grandfather's house. I've been chilling a little bit, you know what I mean? But is it obvious I'm feeling better? Is it obvious? I'm back in good health? Yeah, I'm recovered. And I plan on leaving back out to the road tomorrow. But right now, no, I ain't rushing, bro. I'm not rushing. I decided to go to Best Buy, pick up a couple of things, and I'm gonna tell you guys right now, when I go to Best Buy, money gets spent pretty much every time. I try to avoid it, but I started thinking about some things, and I wanted to make a couple of changes here and there. Not necessarily, I don't want to say for my channel's sake, but for my own enjoyment of it, my own need to experiment. So I'm gonna show you guys real quick a couple of the things I picked up. All right, so as you can see, 13-inch MacBook Pro, terabyte hard drive or solid state drive, all that good stuff. I already had that. I've had this for a while. The problem I was having was that I barely had any use for it. I simply bought it because I had a Windows laptop before that, and I hate Windows with a passion. And the MacBook I had before that, the GPU went out, and then it cost a bunch of money to fix, so I threw it in a dumpster. Probably a bad idea, but I went and replaced it with this one once I had the ability to do so. One of the things I picked up, though, I picked up a new camera. This is a Canon G7X Mark II. And it has if I could do this with one hand, it has a flip-up screen on it. Go ahead, turn that on. You see the lens pop out. Boom, sturdy. Yeah. I took a picture of myself, but ew, that's ugly. I picked that up. I have a 256 gig SD card in there. So hopefully that'll do me well. But I also picked this up. This is a 1 terabyte SSD. There's a difference between an SSD and an HDD. I don't mess with hard drives. Being in the truck, this is just the safer, it's more expensive, but it is a safer, faster option. And it's a lot smaller, so that's a part of the reason I liked it. But I basically bought this to offload footage from that onto here, transfer it to the computer. That way I could do the edits on the computer. Previously, I was editing all of my videos on my phone, and I wanted a bigger canvas to work on. Since I had this and I wasn't really using it like that, I'm like, well, I spent $2,200 on this computer. I need to put it to work. So that's a part of it. I also picked up this hyperdrive right here. This has a SD card reader, mini SD card reader, USB Type-C, Ethernet. I think that's a headphone jack, but the computer has one, so that's redundant. It has 3 USB Type, what was that, Type 3 or whatever, ports on it, 2 HDMIs. And basically, I want to utilize this more for videos. Now, obviously, the driving videos and stuff like that, where I'm recording the road, I'll probably still use my phone for it. What I need to figure out is how to offload the stuff from my phone onto the computer so I can edit it, piece it together on this instead of the phone and keep it pushing. But I bought all of this stuff really, like I said, for my own enjoyment. I wanted to put this to use. I wanted to experiment with a different camera. And this is not the original camera I wanted to buy. This is it. That's what I was gonna get, but I looked at that price tag and I was like, well, I could afford it, but I don't want to afford it, so I didn't buy it. You know what I mean? I've heard high praise for this one, high praise for this one. So hopefully this one does me well. I'm gonna, like I said, experiment with it, learn how to use it, and yeah, just change things up a little bit. I also have a tripod and a ring light in my truck already, so this should be compatible with all of that. All right, how's that look? Does it look good? Does it look all right? I don't know. Usually when I was recording on my phone, I would film in high dynamic range and stuff like that, so that's different. Well, it's weird being able to hold my phone in a video. But yeah, frankly, I just wanted to test this camera out real quick while I had the opportunity to do it. Today is actually tomorrow when I said I would leave, but then I woke up this morning, I went to the bathroom and started thinking and decided, no, I'm not in a rush. For one, it's the weekend, and this is like a terrible day to try and find a load to begin with. And two, I hadn't been off in a while. I hadn't seen my grandfather in what feels like a decade anyway. So he's at work right now, but being able to spend time with him and all that stuff, might as well just relax a little bit. Probably leave either tomorrow or the day after that. I have enough money saved to where it's not gonna hurt me at all. As long as I could break even and be profitable the following week, I'm not stressing. But what I wanted to talk about now, while it's on my mind, is your health. And I learned very quickly that is not something you want to play with. I was eating the wrong stuff for the most part. No, I wasn't eating a lot. It's just that when I would eat, I wasn't eating the right things. On top of that, I haven't been able to sleep very well. You know, I really at one point just started to think I was a light sleeper. I can't talk right now. I started thinking I was a light sleeper, when in reality I just wasn't getting any rest. I just could not fall asleep for whatever reason. And I honestly believe a big part of that is because of the garbage that I had been putting in my system. On top of the fact I wasn't drinking enough water. You know, I've been slowly trying to phase soda out of my diet, you know, but every so often, I'll admit, I might walk into a Love's or a Flying J, and I'll catch a glimpse of the cream soda over there, and you know, I just start whispering in my ear and saying all the things I like to hear, and you know, I gotta have a taste. Gotta have a taste sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Or I could be over there in the Carolinas, and I walk past a vending machine, and I see out the corner of my eye, ooh, they got Cheerwine up in there. And I gotta have it. I just gotta do it. But I've been operating with a little bit more self-control as far as that goes. The real challenge is finding healthier options to eat. I already have this ideology where it's, you know, food is energy, food is fuel, and if I'm just sitting in a chair most of the time driving down the road, I don't need to fuel my body that much because I'm not burning too much energy as it stands. You get what I'm saying? But I need to put better quality fuel in my body, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been eating 87, but I need 93. I'm just a premium dude, so I gotta treat myself as such. But it's all a learning process. At the end of the day, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it. But I don't like being sick like that, dude. I don't like being sick at all. I'm not used to getting sick. I don't get sick very often. But that was the second time in 2 years that I've just been down for the count like that. So I want to do what I have to do to make sure that don't happen again. And that being said, let me sip my water and take whatever the heck this freaking vitamin or whatever. But yep, I acknowledge that I don't have enough fiber in my diet. That's something that kind of hit me just yesterday. I don't consume enough fiber. I don't, like I said, I don't drink enough water. I do have too much sugar in my diet. That's something else I need to gain a little bit more control over. The frequency that I eat at, that's okay. But now it's just changing up what it is I'm eating when I do eat. Does that make sense? Listen, health is well. Take care of yourself. You do not want to play around with that. You can get out here and drive a truck and make all kinds of money. That's all well and good. But you got to be healthy to enjoy the money. You got to be healthy in order to get it in the first place. You lose that, you lose everything. And I'm not trying to lose at all. I'm not a loser, bro. I win at everything I do. And so as far as this health thing goes, it's just another thing I gotta conquer. But that's all I had to say. Leave me some feedback on how this camera looked. If y'all like it, do it sound good and all that other stuff. I'm just, like I said, I'm experimenting, seeing how it look good on the screen, but I won't really know until I put the footage on my computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and piece this all together, pack my stuff up, do a little bit of laundry, and get myself prepared to get back on the road. As I always tell you guys, be happy, stay blessed, and do not be afraid to make drastic changes in your life. It might end up being the best decision you ever made. It really might. I'm Gold Phoenix, and I'm out.